So yesterday I started, and then the phone went out, battery went out, charge went out, and phone shut off. So I didn't bother putting it up because by the time that I got the phone charged, I think I took a nap and I just didn't wake up. And things happen, and there's a whole, I guess, have an elaborate story or not, but there's a whole idea behind lying. So do I lie? Do I not lie? Certainly people lie. And I think in fourth grade is the idea that, not that I've never lied before that, I lied because, you don't want to get in trouble, but the idea of a white lie, or the gradations of a lie, or the variations of a lie. And it really kind of prompted me this morning as I was watching the news talking about some woman from New York, from Brooklyn, that called police to find her stolen vehicle that she left idling in a parking lot. And she mentioned that she had a 6-year-old nephew in the car. And within, just unbelievable response time. They just find the vehicle, but no nephew to be seen. And then she admits that she said it because she felt that they would find it faster, or they would pay attention, or they would not ignore it. Which, to her point, yes, correct. Probably case in point. There it is, nephew in the back. They're gonna look for it harder. So now she's arrested on a false report. And her, false report. So she's lying about the report in order to get what she wants done. And how many people just do that in their mind? It's almost like they think about it from a perspective of lying, of like, well, who's it really hurting in their mind? Is the only, right? Because otherwise you're just doing a bold-faced lie, in which case that's a whole different type of lying. But the people that lie in that kind of generality, and I lie too. What is it? I have a friend, I don't want to pick up the phone. I just don't want to deal with it. Don't want to pick up the phone. And for whatever reason, I mentioned to them when I speak to them later, saying, hey, sorry I missed your call, I was in the shower. I don't even know why I need to say it. There's no point to even divulging the information. Who gives a shit? But, there's a lie. Interestingly enough, there's, the most direct lie is probably what? Like, you don't want to get in trouble, right? Because you knowingly did something. If you didn't know you knew, if you didn't know that it was something that would get you in trouble, then would you lie about it? Unless you're pathological, in which case who knows what's going on with it? What's the tell with that? So it's interesting, the gradations of lying that people have. And I think in fourth grade is really when I started realizing it. That this lie is deemed as no good by person A. This lie is deemed no good by person B. And they sometimes switch. So sometimes person B is looking at the other one going, oh, that's nothing. Person A goes, oh, it's a matter of principle. And they switch it up, and who knows what it is. So there's no telling, right? And then somebody is lying to you. And the gut instinct says to you, well, somebody's lying to you. Well, do you go with gut instinct? Because sometimes people, what do people say? Oh, you take it to the grave, the lie. Or if you believe it, then it's not a lie. All the variations of how people make themselves feel good or better about lying. Well, I didn't lie because I just didn't say anything. Well, all right, so there's lying by omission. But then other people say it's lying by omission, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't think there's, you just because you omitted, maybe the person didn't ask the right question. You can plead the fifth. You don't want to incriminate yourself. There you go. But that certainly just dictates, or it says something about you. Like, why are you pleading the fifth? So you're pleading the fifth for those particular reasons. And all that can do is, try to personally be honest in all my affairs. I think anybody does that, right? And everybody has variations. I think very few people just boldly lie, just right in the face and just straight up lie, like on maybe a sociopathic level. I don't know. I think there's always a reason for it. There's always a motive. There's always a, people lie to make to try to make people feel better. That's a little presumptuous. Like, how do you know what makes anybody feel better? So you do that. And those variations is how to negotiate that. Some people don't give a shit about lies. For some people, you lie to them once, boom, one and done. Other people, just doesn't matter. It's all right. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Next time. I don't know. Then there's weird sentences like liar, liar, pants on fire, as if that, what does that mean? What does that have to do with anything? And yet this woman just says, oh, here's my plan. I'm going to lie to there's no way she's thinking I'm going to lie to the police. There's no way she's thinking she's going to get in trouble. And the reason you know that is, why would you admit it? I mean, I guess if you're pressed hard, interrogated, and say, well, look, you said this, and then you come clean. I mean, there's the shit. I mean, that's just being stupid in your planning, right? That's just being dumb, like a dumb planner. If you're gonna lie, right? If you're gonna really, really lie, you're gonna concoct a whole thing. There should be a plan, and that was probably clearly spur of the moment, an emotional thing on her level. But when people get together, then there's a conspiracy to lie, right? I mean, then everybody's conspiring in the same way. Then there's groups of people. Like you can have that in elementary school. Kids, groupings of kids just promote a lie, promote gossip, promote this or that, for whatever their cause are, following suit with the others. I mean, it just keeps going. It's just interesting to me that, people who say don't lie, just watch for a while. There's going to be a point where they do. And there's going to be a justification as to why that one in particular is not a lie, or why that is a lie, but it's okay. It's an okay lie. And then try to follow their policy position. And then watch if you do the same thing within their realm of the policy position when it's flipped the other way. How do they react? I mean, don't even bother spending that much time. I mean, ultimately, it's not even worth it, because even once you call them out on that, there's going to be variation as to, why they believe one lie is different than another, or yours is different than, all that stuff. But, that's why, I suppose, why there's rule of law. You don't call and make false police reports. You don't, I guess if you get, indicted, I don't even know the terminology. Yeah, you have to, you're in a court of law. You have to, or else it's, perjury? Is that what it is? So, clearly, even the legislation or the legislature doesn't rarely on people to just have the truth, right? And why would you, right? You get busted for something. Very rarely do people say, oh yeah, I did it, guilty. Everybody goes not guilty. Everybody negotiates. Everybody says guilty, all those other things. Everybody says not guilty, might as well go through with it. Might as well just drag something out just to see how long it takes before coming out with it. Because then memories fade and things, right? The further away from any, ground zero center point, time moves, people move, memories just fade, become inaccurate, become different. Maybe that's sometimes what people just rely on. So. Anyway, so didn't do the video yesterday, so this is today's, which is meant for yesterday's, because, the battery didn't run out, actually. I just started talking about some other thing, and, it just didn't go well. It was really about the fact that I cursed too much in all the other videos, and that somebody, told me, why do I curse so much, and that somebody was me. So I'm not really lying, but, there was nobody that came out. There was somebody that analyzed what I did the other day, which was curse a lot in the videos, and said, oh, you shouldn't curse a lot, but that person was me. And then I stopped that video because I didn't feel it was authentic. And then this morning, the woman with the false report, and thinking about when I realized people have gradations of lying, well, this was my lie today. So regarding yesterday, if that makes any sense. But now I've just told the truth. At least, to the best of my ability. Thank you for listening.